Welcome, everybody, to the next episode of Critical Hit. Today is April 8th.
And it is completely gray and disgusting and sad outside.
Yes, just like it has been for the majority of 2015 on the East Coast. Or in the Northeast, at least.
But on the plus side, it's not snowing.
It's gonna start snowing any moment now. Thank you,
No,
Dan.
you shut your whore
Any
mouth.
moment. I heard it was...
No. No.
Somebody you follow on Twitter who's currently living in Japan said it was snowing there yesterday, but I don't know what part of the country they're in.
What?
Yeah, another person, a friend of mine who's living in Fukuoka, which is really warm, is all like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that it's like that for you. I was looking at flowers today." I'm just sitting here crying. I'm like, "Don't come home! Just don't!"
Just don't.
Yeah, we don't like snow anymore. Once you live here long enough, you won't.
You know, like 14 years.
Yeah, and we're just bitching from the Northeast. I can't even imagine the Boston people who are in the Northeast, but they're in the worst part.
I was actually in Boston, or in the Boston area, like a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, I was there for PAX East after the snow apocalypse.
And it was really nice the first day, but then the immediate day after, just snow all day.
Yeah.
Like, why? Why is this a thing?
Where are you gonna put it all?
It's fucking April.
Sorry, everybody, if you like snow, you should stop listening to us forever. We're gonna hate snow for the rest of our life. Okay, fine.
Don't do that.
Learn to hate snow with us, then.
That's a better and easier idea.
What are our topics for today, by the way?
Okay, so last week we talked about a whole bunch of anime that were coming out, and so we're gonna discuss some of the first episodes of a bunch of those.
Yeah, we basically judged the entire spring season, or everything we could cover.
Everything we cared about.
Just completely superficially judged all of them. And this week we watched stuff.
And our other topic?
Our other topic is Nintendo Direct. A lot of shit went down.
A lot of shit went down, although it wasn't entirely news, it was a lot of updating stuff.
It's a lot to talk about, and as our resident Nintendo giant-ass fanboy, Dan can't resist.
I love me some Nintendo, even if they are stumbling at literally every turn.
They don't love you.
They don't love me.
I feel like we're going to repeat this line many, many times.
I actually submitted a help ticket today.
Oh, yeah?
After talking with you about the amiibo situation, I was just like, why are you doing this? Why don't you do this other thing?
As far as I know, they have replied to zero criticism about their recent amiibo sales tactics.
It's so dumb.
It's really dumb.
I just went to the Nintendo website. I'm like, all right, I'm going to ask a question. Wii U, amiibo section, and even the tab where to buy.
Whoa.
So
those assholes.
It's in their FAQ. This has been asked enough times that they put it in their ticket.
Where to buy? Nowhere.
Nowhere.
Thank you.
Literally nowhere. So I sent them an ask.
Yeah, it should just say, why?
Why?
That's all.
Why, Santa Claus? Why?
That's not the only thing that happened on Nintendo Direct, though. That's the part I took most part in, and that is why I missed most of that news until I caught up later this week. I was too busy trying and failing to get any of the limited amiibos that I wanted.
Oh, you didn't get any of them?
None. I'm just gonna wait until somebody, like a Japanese scalper, puts it up for like $30, because that's how I got my last one. It'll be fine.
I'm glad that I was able to get the ones that I got, because they were all, like, generic. I got Mario and Kirby and Peach, and actually, my sister got Peach.
I could probably just run over to Nintendo World and get a Pikachu or a Kirby if I really wanted, but that's not what I really wanted.
No.
No, I'm so glad I got my favorite Pokemon, though.
Yeah.
Even if it is a Japanese import, they're region free. I could make him into a fighter anytime I want.
Oh yeah, they're region free.
Yeah, that's why you should
figure.
all go get the Japanese ones, because they got releases intended for humans. Anyway.
Not douchebags.
Anyway.
So.
Well, let's cover our anime topic first. There's a little bit of rage
let's just
going on here.
We'll calm down with some anime.
So which ones?
Pleasantly pleased and surprised with the shows that I watched.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I feel a little let down, but probably mostly because the winter season was so awesome.
Well, and these are also the first episodes of shows that were very, very easy to pick up on.
Yeah. That's true enough. But still, none of them really just hit me over the head with, I need to continue this.
Not even Food Wars?
Not even Food Wars. Oh, I was looking forward to Food Wars. Let's talk about that one first.
Okay.
Food Wars, Shogeki no Soma. It looks like it's going to be a typical tournament school, shonen action type show where
with
everybody
food.
cooks instead of... Yeah, like Yakitate Japan was the same thing with making bread, and there have been a few other cooking school tournament series in the past. I haven't seen them. Well, I started a lot of them, but I never finished them. And I just started this one, and... What's the elephant in the room on this one? Bacon grease orgasm.
Or the tentacle squid, the squid with peanut butter.
Or getting raped by a peanut butter squid.
I
mean, at least that one was a merciful few seconds instead of the bacon grease orgasm, which
it just kept going.
Yes.
Okay, so...
Basic
Judith
premise.
watched it first.
Yes.
And then I watched it today, and she told me that it was going to be like food, like the kind of hentai, but with food instead of actual like dicks. And
yeah,
I was still not prepared for this.
What you're not prepared for is how ridiculous it is.
It was so over the top.
I watched Kofuku Graffiti, Gourmet Girl Graffiti, which is a much calmer slice of life show, which is still for dudes, but has just girls who like cooking and are all friends. And every time they eat, it gets a little too sexy. They
censor the food.
They have lips defined on their mouths all of a sudden. There's a huge close-up on them putting it in their mouths. And you know that all of a sudden you're not supposed to be thinking about eating anymore.
Right, this food should make you hot and bothered.
Yeah. That it got a little bit better as the episodes went on. Like, it all seemed to go downhill after the popsicle episode. Like, that was the height of perversion for that series for me. Yes, there was a popsicle episode.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. But for the most part, it didn't define the series for me. You do have to look past it to enjoy it, but I was able to. And I did enjoy it, and it was very much about the food. This show just does not let you overlook.
No.
It's not possible.
I mean, the description of the food that he was cooking was really cool.
Yeah, and the food art isn't too bad. I mean, Gourmet Girl Graffiti's food art still puts it to shame, because that is the most lovingly rendered food I've seen since Pixar's Ratatouille.
Oh, man. I meant to watch that one.
Oh, you should. You should. But, yeah, the food art in Food Wars wasn't bad. It could have been a little bit better. There was a little more love put into the orgasming.
A little?
A lot.
Okay, so the very first thing that they do is they serve fried rice.
Yes.
And it's just like, this fried rice is amazing. And I'm like, okay, it's going to be like that. But then
she's still pushing her legs together.
Yeah, but not even 30 seconds later, this kid's like, you should try this squid with peanut butter. And he literally forces it in her mouth. And there's like a couple of seconds where these tentacles...
Yeah, we take a trip to Fantasyland.
They dive into her vagina.
You don't see her vagina, but the discretion shot is pretty obvious.
You see her legs kicking around. Yeah. And the tentacles go like right in between those. And there's like juice everywhere.
It's a very clever and complex metaphor for something tasting bad. Anytime I don't like food, I feel like the food is... No, I'm not even going to say it.
No.
Rape is not a good metaphor for bad food. Fuck you guys. Why? Food porn isn't literal. That's not what it is.
It was so... And then it's okay for like the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, even though it's one of the most cliche storylines ever, it's just to introduce how awesomely gifted our main character is and what a burning heart he has for his chosen profession, which is...
Cooking!
Dressmaking. Oh, right. Cooking.
Baseball. Swimming. Card games.
I want to see a dressmaking tournament school show.
Dude.
I would watch
Dude,
that at least for a few episodes.
did you ever see the animated short Death Diner?
No.
It's this really cute. I want to say it's like 5 minutes long, and it deals with all of these kids of afterlife representations. So there's like the hooded skeleton with a scythe, and there's Anubis, and it's this really, like, they're all their kids, and they're at this test basically, and this ghost shows up, and they're like, all right, send this ghost to the afterlife. And so they start chasing the ghost around, but the little kid Death, he pulls out fabric and thread and starts sewing, and that kind of animation would make a really cool dressmaking tournament school show.
Let's write a letter to Japan. Dear Japan,
I
have an idea for an anime. Please make my idea real.
Arigato.
It'll work. It always works when people do that.
Sure.
But yeah, this has a very, very stereotypical tournament shonen school setup, where you get an introduction to the character, get an introduction to his home life, only to have him immediately ejected from it and sent off to awesome school, where he's going to learn how to be the awesomest.
Yeah, he goes to Honoji School for the Culinary Arts.
Yes. I hope it winds up being like that, with the intense hierarchy and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the one thing that makes this show really stand out is the orgasm. And we haven't even talked about the bacon grease orgasm.
So there's this chick who wants to take the land that the kids' shop is on.
Yeah, wants to shut down the restaurant.
Turn it into a high-rise.
And she's literally, like, clutching her hands and going wah ha 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 at several instances.
Yeah. And so they sneak into the restaurant and knock out all the food, and they're like, haha, we ruined everything.
Now you have to cook for us or we'll shut you down.
And so the kid's like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cook the thing. And he cooks the thing.
He cooks a potato wrapped in bacon.
Which looks really cool.
It does.
And the way that he described how all of the food interacted with each other looked really cool.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I would like to eat that.
Yes.
With maybe like turkey bacon.
Yeah, lamb bacon is pretty good.
Yeah, so like a pork alternative.
Yeah, we hate pork.
And then the lady takes a bite, and the top button of her shirt comes undone.
And she's
blushing, and you can see like the fogged breath leave her, and she's like, this is the greatest thing ever. And she has an orgasm then and there, and she's like, I'm gonna keep eating this. Like, nope, I'm taking it away. And she literally begs.
Yep.
Like, this is legitimately hentai at this point.
Well, no, because it's not legit, because they're not showing any parts.
Not yet.
It's borderline.
This, like, if they were...
It's still not safe for work. Don't watch this at work.
Not. Like, I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
Yeah.
And this is just clothed hentai.
Basically. It's all for comedy, though.
He gives her the food, and she starts eating it again, and her clothes literally explode off of her cutie honey style.
All of her henchmen eat it too, and all of their clothes explode off.
And then bacon grease starts shooting into their genitals.
Yes. Like, they go into this weird fantasy world where everything is orange and glowing. They're all naked and orgasming, and hoses of bacon grease just pump into their junk. And they're all just screaming. And that's almost how the episode ends, until, like, Magical Cook Kid gets accepted into Magical Cook Kid school.
The sequence went on for, like, 3 whole minutes.
It felt like it just wasn't going to end.
It kept going, and you kept seeing these dudes getting bacon grease shot up their asses. And, like, this is not what I signed on for.
No, not at all. Maybe I should have read the manga, and then I would have known, but nah. I love cooking series, and I might watch a second episode to see if all of them do this. I have a bad feeling they probably will. So if it continues in that style, I'm probably not going to keep on watching it. If it drops it a little bit, like other shows I've seen, I'll probably keep watching. I'm a foodie.
I would keep watching if they did it in the same manner with, like, at the very end where there's that lady under the waterfall. And she's like, this food tastes like I was standing under a serene waterfall and then got hit in the head by a jukebox.
Yeah. I would keep doing that.
I would watch that.
See, that was funny. They could just...
Why did they have to go the porn route?
I don't know. I even said, I think on Twitter the other day, like, every cooking anime I watch recently comes with some uncomfortable sexual compromise. I can't believe I just had to say that sentence. Whoever would think they have to say a sentence like that? I don't know.
Times they are a-changing, I guess.
Anyway, moving on.
So let's go to KyoAni. Because you can't go wrong with
sound
them.
euphonium.
Yeah, no, it's sound euphonium.
Right, sound euphonium.
Because there's an exclamation mark there.
Okay, just to be fair, you could go wrong with this if you don't care for Slice of Life series because nothing is going to happen in this show.
Then don't watch anything done by KyoAni.
Well, no, Free and Amagi Brilliant Park, some stuff happened in those, but this is KyoAni's bread and butter, this kind of shit.
Yeah, like, they know from Slice of Life.
So, the premise of this one, the summary almost made it sound kind of like Glee, only, with less glee-ness.
Garbage. That show just ended. Like, legit series finale.
Oh, good. So anime is here to pick up where it left off.
Except with, instead of musicals, they're using musical instruments.
Band geeks, pretty much. This show is made for band geeks and for people who like Slice of Life. A girl who just finished middle school is moving on to high school. She used to be in a band in middle school. They almost made nationals but didn't. And her friend was crushed by not making nationals, but she was okay with it. And for some reason, that leads them to stop being friends.
Right. She's like, you didn't really expect us to go all the way to nationals, did you? And her friend was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Band is serious business to this girl.
How dare you?
So this the main character, Kumiko, goes to a new high school, which she even says that she just chose because she liked the uniforms, sees that they have a band. The band sucks.
She also chose it because it was a school that most of her junior high friends didn't go to.
Right, she's trying to avoid her estranged friend.
She goes to the first day of school, and the band is out front, and they're like, in commemoration of everybody being here on their first day, let's play music for you. And it is awful.
But it's not like exaggeratedly awful. It's so realistically awful. It's
what you would expect from actual people playing instruments for like the first or second time.
Yeah, it sounded exactly like every assembly I've ever been forced to sit through in high school. It was amazing just how accurately they captured that.
I wonder if they went to high schools and recorded them, or if they actually got professional musicians to play like that.
Yeah, play like you did in high school.
Because that's hard to do.
I know.
Hard if you're a professional at something.
It's hard to do bad.
You're really good at it. It's hard to go back to that beginning where you're like, okay, I have to force myself to be out of time, and I have to force myself not to breathe right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Go against
that's
all
why
of your
I
instincts.
wonder.
Most of this episode just shows Kumiko debating whether or not she's going to join band at high school like she was in middle school, pressured by two new friends of hers who fit into pretty typical moe archetypes, but they're cute.
One of them's the high impact, I don't know anything, but I'm going to be enthusiastic character.
Hello! We just met. I'm going to call you by your first name. That's a big deal in Japanese. Don't do that.
And the other one is the shy
Sapphire.
Tsukasa character.
Her name is Sapphire, but she doesn't want to be called that.
Her name isn't Sapphire, it's Midori.
Everyone's going to call her Sapphire. She's going to hate it.
Right. And she actually was in band as well.
Yes. All of them have either a past or future interest in band, and of course Kumiko decides to be in the band at the end of the episode. You know that's what it's going to be. Right. And she finds out her friend who she's been avoiding all this time is actually in that band already. She went to the same school after all.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's like the biggest conflict this show is probably going to offer. I'm sure they're going to go to nationals and all that stuff, but
right.
It's...
Well, I mean, it's going to be a lot of that, I like her, but I'm a girl, so it's not actually love. But there's that whole thing in the credits with the red string, and we're best friends in massive air quotes.
Yeah, it's K-On, but it's a little more sober, and it's about being in a band instead of being in a little rock group.
It's about being in band instead of a band.
Yeah, exactly. The characters are more drawn with more realistic proportions. They're not all cutesy like K-On was. KyoAni's art style and character design is always so appealing.
Yeah, it's just nice to look at, and the attention to detail on every instrument
is insane. If you're a band geek, you'll probably like this show. If you like slice of life, you'll definitely like this show.
If you like both, then you'll probably crap yourself.
If you hate both, just don't bother.
Stop hating fun.
Stop hating fun, like slice of life. I don't blame people for not liking slice of life. It works for me, but I can see why it wouldn't work for others.
It works for me too, but that's because I like the toned down stuff.
Yeah.
In contrast to the high impact iShield 21 football and I'm totally spacing on everything else, like
get pumped
pedal.
Get pumped with iShield 21 and then relax with the band that probably plays at their games.
Oh.
No, I recommend this, but if you like that kind of thing, I do.
And we both do.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll cover it. There's probably not enough interesting stuff to cover, but
no,
we'll at least mention it here. What else did you watch?
I watched Rin-ne and Re-kan.
Which are both about the same thing, basically, right?
More or less. Character can see ghosts, and other person... Well, I mean, in Re-kan, the story centers around this high school group of girls, and one of them can see spirits and interact with them. And 3 of her friends are like, yeah, she's been doing this, whatever. Mm-hmm. We're used to it by now. And the 4th friend is like, no, ghosts aren't real. You're stupid and crazy, and what is wrong with you?
Right.
Consistently. And it's a very subdued show, even with the supernatural aspect to it.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of, like, monsters and demons and stuff, it's all ghosts of people. And in the first episode, which is all that's out right now, there's a lot of comedic aspects to it that are, like, they're thrown in for half a second, and you're like, okay, it's back to being a slow slice of life type show, but with ghosts.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. I haven't seen this one yet, but that is definitely what the poster and summary gave me the impression of.
I watched it right after Rin-ne, and I like them both. I think Rin-ne is going to be more appealing to the shonen part of me, and Re-kan is going to be more appealing to the moe cutesy part.
That seems like a fair assessment. Rin-ne is, yeah.
I was really amused by some of the ghost humor, because at one point the girl who sees ghosts walks by this park, and it's like, there was a murderer here, and all this dark and gloomy stuff. He's like, come inside. Whoa. And she's like, I'm sorry, I'm on my way to school. He's like, oh, that's okay. And she's like, I'll see you on my way home. Yeah, all right, just don't go out of your way. It's fine.
That's a cute joke,
right?
I mean, now you've ruined it for me. But
it starts out like all dark and foreboding. He's like, come in, and the screen goes dark, and everything is really the music drops, and she's like, oh, but I'm on my way to school. He's like, okay.
Maybe I'll check that out.
I think you'd enjoy it just because it's silly, and it does have its really touching moments.
All right then. Rin-ne is very similar. It's about another girl who can see ghosts, but she also gets a classmate with the same ability and has the ability to basically become a ghost, and he seems to have some kind of job involving putting spirits at rest.
Financial problems.
Yes, he's got one of those weird Rumiko Takahashi quirks about not knowing how to handle money and being really weird about it. It's a Rumiko Takahashi series, same person who made Ranma 1/2, Urusei Yatsura, and Inuyasha. This was her latest endeavor.
You can see the art style is, like, it has grown a little bit, but you can definitely see that it is the same.
Yeah, it looks like it hasn't evolved very far past the Inuyasha art style. It's very similar. But it seems to be more calm and humorous, like Ranma. There's the word I forgot. like Ranma was, but not quite so off the walls. I don't know. It's a lot more subdued.
Yeah, all of these shows, except for the Food Wars, were very mellowed out and they were very calm.
Yeah.
I kind of liked it.
I mean, I like to have a little balance. I guess Food Wars can provide that this season.
No. Just keep watching other things that we need to catch up on. Like, I need to catch up on cute High Earth Defense Club love.
Now, Rinne didn't blow me away. Like, I remember last season, the first episode of Rolling Girls really blew me away.
Yeah.
I loved it so much, and I felt like I had to continue the series, even though it couldn't keep up that pace, which is lamentable beyond belief.
Oh.
I would still finish it if I were you. It's fun to look at least. But,
yeah, that's true.
Rinne involves weird stuff like a ghost chihuahua that merges with a sad guy who can't get a date, and character designs that remind you very much of previous male-female pairs in Rumiko Takahashi works, and quirky humor and all that. It's okay.
I like the money gags. Those are definitely something I'll keep watching the show for.
Yeah, he can turn money immediately into props. Like, as soon as you pay for the thing, the money turns into the thing.
Sort of. He like, the props are there, but everything requires money, like actual real-world currency.
Yeah, and this girl, Sakura, is a high school student. I don't know how she's gonna afford to keep paying for his work.
Well,
is he getting paid?
Well, he's getting donations now.
Yeah, that's kind of clever. I don't know why he didn't think to do this yet.
I did think that was very amusing, because, like, he starts out with no money, and he's wearing the junior high gym uniform because he can't afford one for high school. Apparently, it was beaten into him that money is, like, the be-all, end-all, because when he's like, how much money do you have on you? She's like, and the girl says about 1,500 yen, which is roughly $15, maybe a little
something
more.
Around there. It's a little less nowadays.
Oh, no, I thought that the dollar was worth more than the yen.
Yes, so 1,500 yen would be worth less than 15 American dollars, wouldn't it?
No, you would transfer it over and it would become... Oh, no, you're right. I had it backwards.
Trust me, as somebody who's been buying stuff off a Japanese middleman and taking advantage of this drop in the yen's value, I would know.
My bad. Anyways, she's like, I have about $12. He's like, are you rich? Do you have, like, infinite wealth?
You feel comfortable carrying that much around?
It's like my allowance.
Yeah, as with most Takahashi series, though, I feel that joke will be done at least 15 times every episode until it is no longer funny.
Yeah.
But nothing daunts her.
I like that all of the things have a price tag to them that get announced.
That's cute, yeah. I saw that a couple of, like, critics took this as an opportunity to just start bashing Takahashi and bashing the hell out of Inuyasha, and I'm like, what about Inuyasha and Rumiko Takahashi inspired such boiling hatred and rage? Like, I liked it, and I can see the problems, but the anger, my god.
It's not offensive. It's not like I don't understand the rage. Mm-hmm. There's no reason for it. She's not doing anything bad. It's just
just making a lot of money off of doing the same thing over and over again, which a lot of creators do.
Like, let's take a look at One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
And Naruto.
Which is over.
And DBZ. Which refuses to die.
Kind of. Yeah.
They keep making movies and video games.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And Detective Conan. Which is still ongoing.
That was considered Inuyasha's sister show back in the day. They were like buddies. Oddly enough, they were like, both artists would draw all the characters hanging out and shit like that.
That's cute. I never saw any of that.
Yeah, I saw one person saying that Sakura, the main character of Rinne, is not a crazy balls to the wall asshole like Kagome was, and I was like, excuse me? Have you seen Akane from Ranma 1/2? That's the one you're probably talking about.
Did you watch Inuyasha?
Yeah, they did. I don't know. See, this is the anger, the Inuyasha inspired anger that I just don't understand.
But, like, how can you criticize Inuyasha and not any of the other shows I just named, like Bleach?
I bet Bleach has its own fair share of criticism. It better.
Well, yeah, everyone who criticizes Bleach watches good shows.
Like us.
Like DBZ. I watch...
Speaking of good shows.
I can't even say it. Oh.
I watched Seraph of the End, Vampire Reign.
I did not watch this.
That Studio Witch show, the people who made Attack on Titan and Rolling Girls. And remember we read the summary.
Was this like the all of the adults are dead?
Yes, all of the adults have died.
And
all the children are now enslaved by vampires. That was where you start laughing. And one kid really wants to kill all vampires and tries to escape. That's basically exactly what happens. All the adults in the beginning of this episode drop dead at the exact same time.
So it's not like an overnight, they're all suddenly gone. They just all drop.
Yeah, like one person drops, somebody turns around to ask if he's okay. Before she can even get the sentence out of her mouth, she drops. A truck crashes into a building because the guy driving it just died. And they show a bunch of kids like running away, and they pass by a restaurant where an adult walks out trying to ask them for help. He coughs up blood and dies immediately. And then it very quickly cuts to a few years in the future, and all the children have been whisked away to Vampire Hunter D-Land, where they're kept as cattle and milked for blood by rich, pretty vampires. Yes.
I guess it could be worse.
I guess the overtones could be a little bit stronger, but they're still there, and they still made me uncomfortable, but they were still kind of funny. I don't know. And our main character is 12 years old. He has a dark, brooding personality with an even darker past to go with it. He immediately barfs out his backstory to his best friend upon meeting him.
Oh, okay. So, like, wait, would this be before all the parents and adults drop dead, or is this after?
They do a flashback to before all the parents drop dead, and he's in an orphanage because his parents already dropped dead.
Of course.
He says, "My father tried to kill me. He called me the demon child, and my mother tried to commit suicide. That's what family is to me." So that's like a 10-year-old saying this.
That's one thing that I've always found really like disconcerting about anime is that the characters all A, look older than they should be, and B, talk older than they should be.
Yeah, kids don't talk like that at all. Especially that young. That's why they shouldn't have kids this young. It has a lot of style. Studio Wit has a really good art quality. Very, very lovingly animated. Lots of detail, but the story is ridiculous.
So, would you recommend I watch it?
I would give it a shot, because it's unintentionally really funny, and this first episode, it looks like it's not going to be like the rest of them. Not that the rest of them won't be just as ridiculous, but our hero escapes Vampire Land after some very fancy-dressed vampires chase him and his friends to the gate that they're trying to get over. He kills all of the main character's friends. Main character escapes, screaming, because now his dark tragic past is even darker tragedier.
Of course. He
gets outside to the human world that the children have been walled off from. This all sounds so much like Attack on Titan.
I keep waiting for you to like slip up and say, and then Eren goes to fight.
A bunch of human adults then find him. It turns out some are still alive, and literally within seconds of finding him, say, "Oh look, it's the Chosen One." What? They grab him and they're like, "You're gonna kill all the vampires," and the episode pretty much ends right there. They do a 5-second skip ahead to 4 years later, exactly like Attack on Titan did, showing our hero now a teenager and dressed in like this battle railroad conductor's
gear
outfit. But yeah, and then the next episode preview showed him in high school, in like this typical high school situation. All of his classmates have brightly colored hair, and there's hijinks going on, and I was so confused.
What?
Yeah.
Maybe they're trying to do like a Haruhi Suzumiya thing where the preview has like it doesn't match up with the next episode.
I think you're giving them too much credit. I think that we just skipped 4 years ahead in time, and he's probably at some elite high school for vampire killers.
And everyone is a main character.
Yes. Our main character's name is Yu, because, I don't know, it's easy to say.
Yu!
It's easy for his friends to scream.
Yeah, it's true.
Not that he has any, because they all died!
Oh, my tragic backstory.
Yeah, this show is campy beyond all belief, and if you like that, you should watch it, because it's really pretty. But if you can't stand camp, this is not for you.
I think I'll give it a shot.
You'll laugh a lot.
I probably will.
Did you watch Plastic Memories by any chance?
No, I did not.
Oh, you should. Okay, I'm gonna really quickly recommend that one. That one was really good. It's Chobit's future. You know about Chobits, right?
Oh, right, yeah. Robots that look like humans.
Robots that look like humans, and they've gone even further than Chobits, and they claim to have synthetic souls. They can act, feel, and think just like people.
We're reaching interesting territory there.
Except it appears that in order to maintain all of that advancement,
They need
robots,
blood.
No, they can't live very long.
Oh.
They only last about 9 years and 4 months before everything starts degrading and breaking down, and they become basically a liability to the company that sells them. So the company has to send out retrieval parties after the 9 years is up on each product to take them from their homes and forcibly terminate their memories, essentially killing them.
Wow, that's awful.
So our heroes are the people who have to do that.
Oh, so it's not like this group of people is on the run from the repo unit.
Right, they are the repo unit.
Huh.
And it's the saddest, least rewarding looking job in the world, it looks like.
Well, yeah, because people form emotional attachments to these living computers, and you're suddenly barging in like, yeah, I gotta take it and kill it.
Yeah, well, they obviously sign a contract knowing that after 9 years is up, they have to essentially just sign it over to be killed.
That doesn't make it any better.
Their minds will probably change as time goes on, and it seems like a lot of the people who have gotten these robots are parents who can't have children.
Oh, get a dog.
Yeah, so our main character is a guy who just started at the job, and our second main character is a girl who's been at the job for about 9 years, and she is one of those robots.
Oh.
Yeah. So
interesting.
Their partnership is going to be very interesting to watch. It's definitely a show about death, so it's really sad, but it's very classy about it, and it got me feeling a little misty-eyed at the very end.
Instead of doing R&D to try and extend the life of these robots, they're just like, yeah, 9 years, 4 months, and we're done.
Yeah.
So it's not like, hey, buy these upgrades.
No, they say that they try and make them feel better by being like, we'll give you a discount on your next one, or you can use the same body and put a new personality into it so you can look at your loved one, but they'll be a different person. Yeah.
No.
It's kind of fucked up, and maybe we'll find out why they set that exact time limit.
Soylent Green is people.
Yeah. But even when somebody asks, like, what happens if we don't pick them up in time? The answer is, we will absolutely pick them up in time.
Ooh. Interesting.
Yeah,
so
you should watch this one.
Oh, man, now I'm theory crafting, and I haven't even watched the show.
Give it a watch. There's only one episode out. I recommend that one to everybody, unless you don't like being sad ever, because
I hate being sad. But I'm gonna watch it.
I do too, but shows that make me sad aren't so bad.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
Because I can turn them off, and then I can put on Polar Bear Cafe.
Yeah!
Everything's better! Okay, so those are pretty much all the things I've watched. Is there anything
I didn't watch anything new other than what we've covered.
Okay.
Oh, Assassination Classroom.
Oh, that's from last season, but yeah, totally.
Is it?
Yeah, I want to cover that whole series when it's done airing, because it's not done yet, but it's hilarious.
Yeah,
you should be watching it right now.
Well, I mean, we're recording right now.
Yeah, not you. People are listening.
The generic you.
Yes. The generic you. The people who matter.
My little sister got me into that show, actually.
That is great. She's great.
She kept bugging me about it. She's like, do you want to watch Assassination Classroom? Do you want to watch Assassination Classroom? It's a great show. I think you'd really like it. Like, Hannah, leave me alone. Let me play my video games.
Next time we're over, we'll all watch it together with her.
Yeah,
It'll
she'd
be great.
like that.
Show to definitely avoid, though, which is the antithesis of Assassination Classroom, is Ultimate Otaku Teacher. Do not watch that show. It is a piece of shit.
Oh, okay.
It's like the anti-GTO. And it involves a loser teacher who deals with a couple of bullies in his class by doxing them.
What?
Yeah. Perfect material, right?
Oh, man.
Don't watch it.
Are we supposed to, like, sympathize with the teacher?
Yes.
Nope.
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 And on that note of
on that note, let's talk about some more frustrating things.
Yeah, what's happening over in video game land, Dan?
Okay, so last week, Nintendo released their monthly video where they talk about what's coming in the future. And it was a mixed bag for me.
What was mixy?
Okay, so they talked about the Mario Kart DLC that was already previously announced. And like, yeah, it's finally coming out. You're going to be able to do all these fun things. And, you know, I got re-excited for that because I bought the DLC. And I can't wait to race as Isabelle. And
oh my god, me too.
It's going to be so cute.
Yay!
And there's going to be like Animal Crossing themed course that changes seasons every time you play.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that part.
Yeah, they announced it last week, and they're like, all right, I'm glad that I paid for this way back when the Legend of Zelda DLC was announced. They talked about Splatoon.
Oh yeah, that's another one that's been in the works forever.
Yeah, they for those people who don't know, Splatoon is going to be another TF2 clone, basically, except instead of having all of those classes that are in TF2 and games like that, it looks like they're going to be like you can pick from 4. The tall one, the heavy one, the quick one, and the generic one. From what I can see so far.
It looks like the basic thing is shoot everything with paint.
Yeah, it's a territory capture game, basically, where you are a squid person and you shoot ink. And
you're a cute squid person.
They are super cute. Like, when they first announced it, I'm like, oh, this is an interesting game. And then I got a better look at the characters they were using. I'm like, yep, I need this game.
Mm-hmm.
I may not even play it all that much, but I want it.
You could play it at PAX East in the expo hall, but that was one of those things I was not going to wait in line for.
Yeah.
You could look if you stood up really tall.
They announced an amiibo pack, like 3 amiibos in a group, one boy, one girl, and one I forget what the thing in the middle was.
It's a squid.
Oh, okay.
It's just a green squid sitting in a bunch of green paint.
Yep. Like that game looks cute.
It does. It looks like something you could go outside and do, but why?
So, yeah.
Don't mind me, I'm old.
They didn't announce anything more to that, except for like the different styles of play. They didn't give us a date. And then they announced more information about the new Fire Emblem game, which looks so good.
Wait a minute. It says Splatoon will release on May 29th. There's a date.
Oh, sweet.
Yay!
I guess I just suck.
Anyway, Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem If.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like this game is going to be different from all the other Fire Emblem games before now, in that it's taking the Pokemon route by having 2 separate versions with 2 different storylines.
I saw people complaining about that.
I kind of think it was a really stupid move. I mean, it's one thing that Pokemon does it, but
kids will just keep on begging their parents for money, or what?
I guess. But Fire Emblem has a long-standing tradition already.
Yeah, that's true.
And I know that, you know, change can be good, but change in this situation seems like a really bad idea.
Change that requires you to spend $40 to $50 more.
Yeah, exactly. There's still character creation, which is beautiful, and I'm happy about that. Apparently you can turn into a fucking dragon.
Ooh.
Yeah. But what they described was that the first 6 chapters of the game are going to be the same for either game, and then it branches off into 2 different storylines. You can either get the physical copies of the game, or you can buy the digital version, play through the 6 chapters, and then choose, and it locks you into that choice.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can buy like the other half for a discounted price or whatever.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a terrible way to sell it, but it's a terrible way to sell it.
That seems to be their thing lately with a few products.
I don't understand, because we've had multiple files. Why can't we just do that again?
Because spend more money, because you will, because you're a gamer.
I would spend money on amiibos if you release them anywhere.
Yeah.
I would spend money on games that I thought were good. I'm gonna buy Fire Emblem.
Would you buy both? Would you?
Maybe.
See, you're thinking about it.
I am thinking about it. If I do end up buying both, it would be the digital version, where you buy the game, get locked into one, and then buy the other half of the game.
Well, that sounds like the most financially sound method, yeah.
But it's still stupid.
It is.
It's clearly a money grab, and it doesn't need to happen. Like with Pokemon, the reason that they did it originally was, hey, buy these games, connect with your friends who have the other games, become friends through the fact that you need their help to finish the game.
It's encouraging interactivity, which as the games went on, they just continued to build on.
Yeah, but with this, it's, we don't want to sell you the full game, so we're going to split it in half.
Do people who play Fire Emblem interact with each other?
No, there are some Street Pass features, like in the last game, Fire Emblem Awakening. There was a team building mechanic that you could then hook up to your Street Pass, and then your team would get sent out to other games, and you would fight against them. Or you could do like this little mini thing where you pick 3 units and your friend picks 3 units and you fight. It's not even like a strategy thing. You just have them square off against zombies.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the interactiveness that Star Fox provided.
Well, with Star Fox, it was you and a bunch of other players fighting each other in the same game. It was a couch co-op, or no, it was a couch multiplayer fighting game, and that was interactivity. This isn't even that. This is a game that is a single-player game that doesn't have the same multiplayer function. With a game, I think that they could do it with a game if they played it sort of like Advanced Wars, because Advanced Wars actually had a multiplayer function where you could play your strategy game against the other person.
Do we know for sure that they're not going to be like that?
As far as I can see right now, because they only just gave us information last week, it looks like it's going to be another Fire Emblem game with 2 versions.
That is kind of dumb.
It's tremendously dumb, and it's frustrating, and I'm going to buy it anyway.
And we're going to see how many other people think the same way as you, and will buy it anyway, because if people buy it anyway, then how dumb is it really?
I know. It's not how dumb is it, it's how dumb are we.
Yeah, it's both.
The need for the good game may end up overweighing this terrible choice.
Mm-hmm, and that is exactly what they're counting on.
Fire Emblem Awakening, superb game. I loved it. So naturally I'm thinking, yeah, if they keep it up for this game, I'm gonna fucking buy it.
But you can't buy any amiibos. Sorry.
Oh, so there's gonna be a new set of limited edition amiibos coming out in stores that have already sold out of them.
They sold out in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Nintendo, why won't you let us give you our money?
Please? I just wanted Jigglypuff.
I didn't even care about Ness. I'd like a Jigglypuff one too. Or Greninja. Greninja.
Oh, I gave up on Greninja immediately. I was like, I know what they're going to do. Same shit they did with Lucario. Why should I bother? I'll just go for Jigglypuff. Never mind.
I told you what happened when I tried to get you that Lucario, right?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my god. So Judith wanted me to go, because I was going to Toys R Us.
Toys R Us exclusive.
And Judith was like, please see if they have Lucario amiibos there. And I'm like, all right, I'll call ahead. Hey, do you guys have Lucario amiibo? Yeah, you need to come in and get this card, and it'll be like a pre-order ticket. Like, all right, cool, I'll go. I went there, and I picked up the card, and they started to charge it, and it was like $999. Like,
yep.
Excuse me? What is... What?
What, you didn't hear about the amiibo price hike?
And so
No, that's
one
not
of
what it
the managers came over and it's like, yeah, this is how we ring up things that are sold out, so that you know that you can't sell it and they know that they can't buy it. Like, why don't you just take it off the fucking shelf?
Yeah, please don't do that to people.
And another thing, it's a pre-order. That means that the company wants to make a list of how many to make.
Well, that's what that
Minimum.
usually means.
That's what it should mean. This is
not
the
what it means
minimum
here.
number. It's the minimum number that we need to make to satisfy these people because they've already paid for it.
That's not what that means in this situation.
You cannot sell out of a pre-order because the thing doesn't exist yet.
But they only made a certain amount that for U.S. release. That's how they did it.
Stupid.
And you have to pre-order them because fuck you.
How about
I don't know.
instead of doing that, you make the pre-order available to anybody who wants it, and then you make that many because you have the money.
That would make sense.
It's not like, okay, I want one, so hold on to it for me and I'll pay it when you bring it over. It's, no, here's my money. Give me the thing when it comes out.
Please.
Now. So, how do you sell out of something that doesn't exist?
By not making enough.
How have you not made enough yet? It
'Cause
doesn't exist.
They clearly already planned how many they were going to make. I understand that limited edition things are really big in Japan, but over here in the States, we're not that used to this, especially with the numbers this low.
Yeah. Or don't offer them as pre-orders.
Yeah. Or
a pre-order is something that you should be able to make. Something that you will be able to sell in
typically
that number. So that the number of people who bought it will give you their money. And if it's a limited edition thing, fine. But then make more not limited edition thing.
Also, I could be wrong, but I heard that the European and Japanese releases had much larger numbers than the US ones did.
Go fucking figure.
Yeah, just fuck us.
Like here's an idea. Lucario amiibo. Judith, do you want a shiny Lucario amiibo?
No, I like the blue one.
Fuck off.
Okay, I mean,
Judith,
yes.
Judith, do you want a Mega Lucario amiibo?
Yes.
It'll still function exactly like a regular Lucario amiibo, but it'll have a figure of Mega Lucario.
I would like that. That looks pretty.
All right, this will be our limited edition release. Only
Great.
500 available. If you can't get it, you're going to end up with a regular Lucario.
Okay,
Is that okay?
I guess.
Would you be okay with getting a regular Lucario? It's
Yes.
not special like the Mega Lucario.
I want the special one.
But if you can't get the special one,
Then having a comeuppance prize is good.
okay. So, Mega Lucario. If you want the Mega Lucario, pre-order. If you're the, 1 in 1,000 people can pre-order this Mega Lucario. It might cost a little bit more, but the fact is you're getting the limited edition one.
'Cause you went to the extra effort and you shouldn't be punished for it.
So, if you're not in that limited edition number of people, sucks to be you. Here's another Lucario figure. It's not nearly as cool looking because Mega Lucario's design is rad as hell. But it still functions the same.
And
It's like, do you remember the golden Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time cartridges?
I do.
Do you remember the holographic Majora's Mask cartridges?
Yes, I remember my little brother colored both of them, the regular ones, with a gold Sharpie.
That's adorable.
To pretend that he had
that is
edition
adorable.
ones.
I was not able to get the fancy Majora's Mask holo version. I got a regular one. The price wasn't even all that much different, I don't think.
Right.
But you know what? I still played the fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
There was no difference in the game. The
You
only thing
still
that was
got
different
to
was
play
the
the game.
cartridge. And I still got to play the game. I still paid for the game, and I still got to play it.
Right.
There's literally no reason for them to not to do this kind of practice again. Hey, this Lucario has a different pose. Hey, this Pikachu has a fancy hat. Hey, this Link has the Fierce Deity makeup. Hey, this Sheik has red eyes instead of blue.
They've thrown their money away on less valuable enterprises.
I know. And it would be so easy to do this, and we are so willing to pay for it.
But what else did they fuck up on Amiibo release night? Let's see. They turned Jigglypuff into a Target exclusive, Greninja a Toys R Us exclusive, Ness,
Target.
GameStop was Ness.
Oh, right. Target was Jigglypuff. You just said that.
Yes, Target was Jigglypuff. All online orders took precedent over in-person orders.
Oh, yeah.
Still,
people who were waiting in line at the actual
hours.
store got the shaft.
Yep, not to mention, GameStop servers crashed due to the influx of users trying to get a NES Amiibo, and that prevented hundreds of them from succeeding.
Here's a thought. Instead of having one store exclusive, you triple it so that all 3 figures show up at all 3 stores. That gets you 3 times the money.
If we really have to go through with this idiotic store exclusive route that apparently only the US is doing, correct me if I'm wrong.
No.
No, okay. Then do exactly what Dan said. This is so anti-consumer. We're ranting a lot about Amiibos.
Well, I mean, it's a big deal because it shows what Nintendo's business practices are like.
Oh yeah, they've responded to none of the criticism they've gotten for this. Nintendo of America tweeted, like, as soon as GameStop ran out of NESs after that whole fiasco went down, Nintendo of America tweeted, "Which Amiibo do you want for Easter?"
I will fucking kill you. I mean, they did show really cool. They did announce a new Amiibo for the Yoshi game that's coming out.
The one made of yarn?
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Adorable.
I want it. It's gonna never show up.
No.
It's gonna be like Walmart exclusive at 3 a.m.
Must arrive in a helicopter between the hours of 9 and 9:12 a.m.
You need to know the secret handshake, the secret knock, and the secret password. Also bring us a sandwich from Subway.
Also, please check yes on the I will be scalping this box when you buy this.
One thing, like, I know I shouldn't keep ranting about this, but it's so fucking stupid. I like video games. I like Nintendo. I am having a hard time validating any of the bullshit that they're doing right now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna buy every Amiibo from a Japanese middleman from now on, just so you guys can't have my money, because, yeah.
The thing is, they already have the money for it.
No, I mean, you can't have my money.
The figure's already been bought. What do they care?
They're not gonna get more, okay? I don't know. I don't even want to bother going to the store and getting one, like going through that whole rat race anymore.
Yeah.
I'm burnt out.
Just don't. It's not worth it.
Got my Lucario, and I got a Yoshi from a good friend.
Nice.
And that's it. That's all I got.
Oh, yeah. Mewtwo's coming back to Smash Brothers.
Oh yeah, we got DLC for Smash Brothers. That's pretty cool.
I forgot to mention, Mewtwo was already announced a while back, and now they're bringing Lucas back too, because apparently people really wanted him.
Yeah, I guess they did.
I personally didn't care for Lucas.
He's really boring.
But on top of that,
yeah,
this is the big thing that came out. Nintendo announced that they would be opening up a ballot for future DLC characters.
And they said literally any existing video game character is considered fair game.
Yeah, so it'll be only a matter of time before Goku shows up and Master Chief and... No,
they make amiibos out of those.
My theory is that they've actually already got DLC lined up, and they want to see what people are excited for.
That would make the most sense if they did it that way.
Like, I voted for Shantae, who has been in a number of hidden invisible games.
I haven't voted yet. I'm trying to come up with something really, really stupid.
I saw some really good ideas too.
Like those shirtless people cheering in the background of the China level of the Street Fighter.
Oh.
Or the chicken that they have in a cage. That one.
Right. No, but like Cooking Mama?
Oh yeah.
That would be a cool character.
Yeah, I remember one of the Nintendo reps said that he went with Wii Fit Trainer because literally nobody ever asked for her.
Yeah.
Being a dick, but kind of in a cool way.
I saw someone had made a had a similar idea, and they're like, what about the reckless person who shows up in all of Nintendo's warnings, like don't swing your arms too wide, or make sure that there's a clear area around you, because if you think about it, he's been in every Nintendo game that's come out for the Wii and Wii U.
Is to throw Wiimotes and kick Wii Fit boards.
Like, can you just imagine? Because they already have Mr. Game & Watch, so it's not like they couldn't do a silhouette character. They already came out with the Wii Fit trainer, so it's not like they couldn't give a voice to this person.
That's pretty cool.
It's a legitimate possibility, and I really kind of want him to be a thing.
Yeah, I'm honestly more psyched to see really stupid suggestions come out of this than I am to see, like, I don't know, Shadow the Hedgehog or whatever everybody's gonna vote for.
Someone did, like, King K. Rool, and someone is like, Crystal from Star Fox. Like,
no!
Yeah, we need more furry bait.
No! If we're gonna do that, how about we just have Amaterasu from Okami instead?
I would love that. She's already been in a fighting game.
I know. So
there's no excuse.
Yeah, exactly.
There could be goddess form Amaterasu and wolf form Amaterasu.
Yeah, and it's a lot harder to furry that shit up.
They'll find a way, but that's not the point. Having like a giant brush weapon.
Yeah.
That would be super cool. And it's not like they don't already have a goddess character in the roster.
Mm-hmm.
Palutena versus Amaterasu. Who would win in a fight?
I would play that.
I would love that. You know what I want, Judith?
What?
I want them to bring back the Ice Climber level.
Please bring back the Ice Climber level. We're the only people who liked it. We matter.
Just you and me, Judith. We're the only ones.
And we totally matter. Here we are saying we're never going to spend money on amiibos again, but please listen to us.
Right.
You're loyal fans.
Oh, you know what? They might actually bring the Ice Climbers back.
The Ice Climber characters or the level?
The characters.
I don't even care about the characters. I just want the level.
I know originally they said that they weren't going to do it, especially with 8-player Smash, because that would mean 16 characters on screen.
That's a mess.
And the Wii U would probably explode trying to process that.
Yeah.
Never mind.
No, I don't think they'll do that.
They brought the Duck Hunt dog into the game. Why can't they bring the reckless shadow Wii person?
I'm okay with the Duck Hunt dog, because whether I succeed playing him or get killed, I'm satisfied.
Yeah, it is a fun character.
Yes. And I just always wanted that dog to die. We all wanted that dog to die.
Yeah.
And the ducks.
Get rid of Diddy Kong.
Please get rid of Diddy Kong.
Diddy Kong.
I'm glad we're on the same page. Just put Diddy Kong in front of his firing squad and just let it be done.
I may just go and do that. I'll boot up the Smash game, go to practice mode, pick the dog, and just start shooting Diddy Kong.
And then he disappears from the roster.
Yeah!
From everyone's roster, and it shows up on IGN. Diddy Kong vanishes from Super Smash Brothers.
Oh man, that would be awesome.
Mysterious assailant. Yeah.
Then they could blame the Jews.
What?
Well, I mean, it's my fault.
Oh, right. Yeah, and I helped. We're both Jewish. Happy Passover, everybody.
Happy Passover, everybody. Now's actually, I think we're going to wrap it up with that. Happy Passover.
Thanks for tuning in. Next week, we're going to try and cover Death Parade on my end, because Dan has to finish watching it.
And, I'm going to finish.
All right.
Soon, eventually.
Someday. Do it.
And on my end, I will come up with something to talk about.
It'll be a surprise. Again.
Yeah,
good.
It always is, because it's not like I'm lazy and pick something at random. It's I like to keep you guys on your toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So stay on those toes until you hear from us again.